Alright guys, today I'm going to address the poor man's Warcomp. This is Anderson Armories, whatever they call themselves. This is the Anderson 3-prong compensator. I think they actually technically call it now the 3-prong muzzle brake. And you see there's the 3 ports right there. And 3 prongs. And it has little cuts in there to tone down the ting after every shot, which I gotta say is pretty dang good. This has quickly become my favorite muzzle device. I say that having had a battle comp, a gamma muzzle brake, an epsilon muzzle brake, epsilon with a cage on it, which basically makes it a battle comp with a less recoil, less muzzle rise, but about the same amount of flash. The gamma produces a lot of flash, a lot of concussion, but this guy produces basically almost zero flash. I won't say for positive it's zero, but I mean this is a 10.5-inch barrel, by the way. Is a 10.5-inch barrel, and when I shoot my 75 grainers, which is my round of choice, and granted it is typically by, well, even if it's not by Hornady, who is my normally go-to for 75 grainers, or Spear for my gold dots, because I know those both typically use a less flashy powder for whatever reasons. Cheaper ammo manufacturers are going to use powders that are a little more flashy, I should say. This guy has really toned down the flash. I mean, in a tremendous way, and out of a 10.5-inch barrel. Now, granted, I don't believe there's any suppressor mounts for this one. That is the only drawback. However, I gotta say, if you're not looking to suppress a rifle, and I'm wishy-washy on that with everything going on with the ATF, the last thing I want to do, even as working for the government, last thing I want to do is put myself on the radar even higher, but I'm still undecided because, as I mentioned before on this channel, I'm a former FBI applicant. I have worked for 2 different military branches, and I've worked for 2 different police departments. The federal government probably knows who I am, just because of the fact I applied to the FBI. And given how FBI is going and the fact that I'm a more conservative-leaning person, yeah, there's probably no chance in hell I was going to get that job. And if I got that, I would probably have gotten fired. Once certain things started going on, depending on what location they put me in. But back to this. It is phenomenal. I really want to buy one of these again and put it on my 14.5-inch gun, because then I imagine I'll probably get basically zero recoil. Zero flash. And I will say, I'm now running an H2 buffer in both of my rifles, in my 14.5-inch gun and in my 10.5-inch gun. That's probably the better bet, I would say, if you want to deal with felt recoil and to put it in a compensator up front, is your better deal for muzzle rise, because putting an H2 buffer in both these rifles and running this rifle with just this, that felt recoil is stupid minimal, and the muzzle rise with the combination of the H2 buffer and that is so nice. I mean, it is probably one of the smoothest shooting rifles I've ever fired, and out of a 10.5-inch gun, which I was really just not expecting that. So yeah, if you're looking at a muzzle device, and this is only like $50, like, this thing's only like $50. There's one issue I will say, is that if you go to Wing Tactical, they will put these 3 dots over this area, like over a slot here. So instead of the dots being over this one here, they'll put them over this. And that's not a huge deal, but I don't know if they had a prototype pictured or Anderson changed the design. I don't know if having the port be on top is going to help with compensation, where all these other 2s on the bottom are going to kind of do whatever. I don't know, but it will have, I'm told, these ports on top of one of these prongs and not in the middle of a gap. If you go to wingtactical.com, you'll see what I'm talking about. But anywhere else you buy them from, it will show the ports right here. So I don't know what happened there, but the poor man's Warcomp, as I call this thing, is freaking awesome. That compensation port right here, it does keep the muzzle down very well. And the flash hider on this thing is great. It is great. So if you're looking to do a flash hider compensator combo, this Anderson right here is going to be a good ticket. I'm just going to say that. And as always, we're at my coffee table where my kids' chairs are. So that's all I got for today. I really love this compensator. I have a 14.5 pin and welded with that Epsilon with the cage on it, and I am probably going to pull it off. I might change out the barrel when I do it. I'm debating, but yeah, this is the route I want to go now. That's all. You guys be getting ready out there. See ya.